I'm gonna hit the button now.
Hit the button. Hit the button.
This is about delivering great exclusive games for you that ship on platforms where Game Pass exists.
Bill Spencer. Welcome back to the show, Bill Spencer, as well as everybody watching, guys. Real Deal Xbox podcast every week here, obviously 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. Thanks for joining us. If you're here, we've got all the greatest topics, a great panel, and a lot of discussion. We'd like to have you guys also participate. Let us know your thoughts as we go. And, of course, we've got a ton to talk about today, guys. So we'll get into some introductions, some shout-outs, and then we'll get into some topics. But, yeah, thanks for joining us. Hit the like button, share it out, help us out. Hey, D-Batch, brother, another week, another RDX.
Oh, man, I just want to get into the topics today while I have this energy, man. Let's just go.
Hey, Bonzarelli, how you been?
Yeah, I just want to do like a 10-minute intro telling you guys about everything that's going on in my life, and let's talk about some things, and let's make D-Batch wait a bit. You know, do you guys like ice cream? I love ice cream, man. What's your favorite flavors, guys?
Hey, Fonzarelli, how you been? Another week, another show.
I'm doing great, man. I can't wait to get into these topics, especially one of them. It's going to be a blast.
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun. xCloud Tim Dog, brother, how you been?
Good. Lot to talk about tonight. Take in, and we know we're gonna have fun. So let's go.
Definitely, Zauker, brother. Another week, another RDX. Ton of great topics today. How you been?
Good, and cookies and cream, because that shit fire. I want some fucking
Facts.
ice cream now. I hate you,
cookies
Fonz.
and cream.
So yeah, that's it. There is a lot of topics this week, and Xbox is even trolling another company. So it's kind of funny. It's a good day. It's a good day, man. It's hilarious.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting out there right now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we got a lot, like I said, a lot of great topics, guys. I gotta give a shout out to my patrons. Some of the shout out here: Dub Mobile, Ruben Almighty, Dave Incubus, Ricky Fallon, Foutlines, Not Silik, Bad Boy Live, Achievement, Nano Polymath, Zordon, Costanza, KY Bob, Goose 8402, Strawhead Khalifa, Assassin Lupa, Foreign Object, Gab Quiz, Teo, John Blueveck Boss, Deviator X, Real Deal Neil, Suicide King, Tastes Genie, Michael Bone, Guillermo Cavillo, All Might, Dark CMF, and Alfonso Hogan. Thank you guys so much for being part of that tier. And you know what? I want to start today's show, though it's an Xbox-centric podcast. You know, I've explained it a bunch of times because a lot of guys like to act like, you know, some of these other podcasts don't talk about this stuff. They're professionals, you know. But hey, fuck you. We're just guys that play games, and we have a podcast, and we're gonna talk about Sony and some of the shit they're doing that we don't, you know, we think's kind of silly. So it's so silly. Microsoft actually fired some shots at Sony today. Basically, essentially launching a viral Twitter ad campaign through their tweets, just basically taking shots at PlayStation's new PlayStation Premium, which is the Game Pass competitor, quote unquote. Now, it's clear that it's not what Game Pass should be, right, Zauker?
No.
It really isn't. It doesn't even. It almost like pales in comparison.
Hey,
to
what do you mean
Game
almost?
Pass is. I mean, not almost. It pales in comparison.
So
to
tell
what Game
everybody
Pass is.
in the chat. You know, some people might not know, what is PlayStation Premium.
So PlayStation Premium, or the top tier one, is they give you everything that you had in PlayStation Now, and then not to mention everything you got in PlayStation Plus, and then they add demos and some other stuff in there for you that you can check games out. Not to mention you can stream, not download natively, stream PlayStation 3 games, and they have a bunch of other back-to-pack games in there for you. And that's pretty much the extent of the damn fucking thing for $120 a year.
Hang on.
Now it's
so
$18
you can play
a month.
Demos, which you can already do on the store.
I'm sorry,
sometimes.
high-end trials, my friend.
Oh, high-end trials.
Shit. I like that.
What
I
the
want
fuck
to
is-
Play like 10 hours of these games?
No, man, it's high-end trials. I'm signed up first
You
day.
play,
Fuck all
what do you
of
mean the high-end? Like,
30 minutes. 30 minutes.
Is it 30 minutes?
Yeah.
Probably. No, in Sony.
Oh,
30
shut up.
man.
Look at this misinformation.
Don't
No,
do that, D. Liar.
chat, let us know what the hell a high-end demo is. And also, if you're wondering, this is Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, the Borderlands spinoff on Xbox Series X. Running here for you today.
Looks good.
But yeah, there's 3 tiers for PlayStation Premium, the highest of which is $18 a month, where you basically get crappy PlayStation Now streaming added in with what was PlayStation Now downloadable games. It's the same thing so far there. The only thing they've added is damn demos, right?
Yeah.
The
I think they
demos
added
and then the streaming.
streaming to PC. Yeah, streaming
Yeah,
to
streaming
PC.
streaming to PC. Well, no. Streaming to PC was there. You were able to play games on PC on PlayStation Now. You're able to stream them on there. You can't download them natively, but you were able to stream them back then. I have it all pulled up right here just so we're covering our ass here.
Go ahead.
So yeah, it's $120 a year, $18 a month. So obviously the 120 is a far better value. Whatever. Then it says time-limited game trials, offers cloud streaming access for original PlayStation, PS2, PSP, and PS4 games offered in the extra and premium tiers of the markets. Where PlayStation Now is currently available, customers can stream games using PS4 and PS5 consoles and PC. That is only for the premium ones, not the others.
I wonder why they would want to restrict something like this, seeing as it only grants access to more people to more games. They still haven't caught up with Microsoft with the whole removing of the gates thing. And hey, this is another device you can use to play potentially one of your games or, draw someone in. That's kind of weird.
Just granting access to more games they apparently didn't want to play in the first place. I mean,
340
play old games.
340.
I've seen a ton of tweets, and I've seen some receipts out there that people have, and let's just say a lot of you out there that are capping for this service right now have said in the past, you don't buy new hardware for old games. Verbatim, those words were used by many of you out there in the community. And I think it's hilarious that the narrative is changing all of a sudden. And it's just odd to me. But the worst part about this deal, in my opinion, is the fact that I looked at it and I said, man, they're still charging for cloud saves.
Ridiculous.
That's the worst thing is
2022 and we're still paying for cloud saves on PlayStation.
I don't think they have. Me and Dealer, we talked about this in a party. Dealer said that he doesn't feel like they have the infrastructure for that just yet. But the one thing I
don't give a damn. They need to make that infrastructure and give us free cloud saves. Yeah. It's time, man.
That's the problem with it too, though. You can't just make $50 billion in servers. I mean. It's a lot of money, and that's why Microsoft have a very unique advantage globally.
They're making people pay for it.
The other thing is,
I mean, if they want to entice people over and they want to get even more and more people on it, they're going to need those servers to pay for it, right?
The problem I see is the elephant in the room, right? Is the no day and date. And then Jim Ryan said things could change very quickly, all that stuff. But the one thing is the no day and date, and the one thing I put on Twitter was that it is really sad that as Xbox gamers, we're getting a first-party PlayStation game and MLB The Show day and date on Game Pass, while Sony players don't get that. They don't get that at all. I'm just saying, that is extremely sad as a consumer. If I was a consumer where all I could get is like a PlayStation, just stuff like that, that sucks, man. That really does suck. I want the best competition out there. Go ahead, D.
I seen guys out there praising this, saying, "Oh my gosh, we don't want new games date on this service. We don't. I shit you not. These guys are the damage control and the mental gymnastics are at an all-time fucking high, man. Take the L. This service, I think in time they're going to be forced to imitate Game Pass, because I just don't see this working long term in this state. First of all, you're paying for games that half of you guys probably already own. And now you're paying for a service to play them on that service when you can't play your original game on that service for whatever reason, if it's digital or whatever. I see guys out here putting fake charts out, saying, "Oh, look at these charts," and omitting Xbox Live from those charts, and adding services together. I see some of the services decreasing. I was looking at the fine print. I don't know if it's a typo. But it says 2 monthly downloadable games. If I'm not mistaken, right now on PlayStation Plus, you get 3 downloadable games. So
you get 2. PlayStation Plus has they usually have 2 pretty, and that's right. We're gonna be honest. That's their PlayStation Plus games that they bring out every month are pretty good.
They're good.
They're pretty good. They're better than Xbox Live's bullshit. But at the same time, it's nowhere near if you're gonna loop that in, because this is just a complete Dealer called it what was it 8-9 months ago. It just needs a rebranding. And that's exactly what this is. This is a massive rebranding for PlayStation Now.
But there's no discount. If you look at the price of PlayStation Plus and PlayStation Now, put them together, it's the same damn price. So it's not
because it was confusing. It was confusing.
I'm confused.
It was very it was very lauded, or there was a big build up to it. But really, what was announced today was absolutely nothing. They just combined two services, like I have to say, like some people had said that this was always it. It was deemed a Game Pass competitor by the people who were breaking the story on Spartacus. But if that's their attempt, they lose out. And if they're just going to ignore it, then I guess that's the way that they have to do. And they'll see if their model works out. But this is no attempt at Game Pass. And
No, it's not even close.
and it pales in comparison. And there's really no argument other than, hey, okay, you got something that's okay. You get to play stream PS3 games, and a couple of other benefits like exclusive deals. I think that they said, and game demos.
Well, the third-party deals is what they said, which is like the Shadow Warrior 3.
Right.
Which is a good get, but at the I mean,
Look.
Let me just finish this, and then the pricing structure, which doesn't kind of make sense because $18 is way too overpriced.
Man,
it's like they almost say you almost have to take the top tier one. It seems that they want you to, because that's somewhat of a deal. But even so, don't know if it justifies 120 pop justification for.
I could tell you if it justifies it. It certainly doesn't. And I think that this iteration of PlayStation Premium, I don't even care for the name. Honestly, I would call it PlayStation Pass or something. But I mean, right now, this is going to change and this is going to grow. I said it to Zalker earlier. Jim Ryan alluded to, hey, a couple years ago, you would have never thought we were putting games on PC. You're absolutely correct. Well, some people didn't. And they ended up doing that. He literally referenced that in the interview that people aren't reading, right?
Yes,
the one he released today. Hang on.
What else did he say?
So he also said that, that stuff could change. We don't know. But ultimately, I do know it will change because they care about this service. Why do they care about it? Because evergreen stuff like this keep money coming in constantly without constantly turning out a particular product. Companies love this type of shit. And if you want to invest in something like this, it's not a bad idea if you're Sony. And ultimately, you care about something like this so much to rebrand to other things. You might as well, because you're going to have to, put day and date to try to compete.
How come they haven't talked about the proration? I already have PlayStation Plus for like 2 years. So what happens to consumers like me that potentially want to upgrade the service?
You'll just get the same one because the first service, like the first one they have is just literally
Not
PlayStation
changing.
Plus. It's not changing at all. And the second service is just looping in like the standard PlayStation Now. It's that third one that has like all the extra stuff, which is not even that extra. Like I don't know, like the biggest question I have is who the fuck was asking for this? What is this for?
Maybe it was for them. Maybe they wanted to combine the two services.
Yeah, they did.
But if you really think about it, them separate is just a different kind of way of going about it. They're not support like what I'm hearing and what I saw today is that they're not supporting it the way Xbox is, and they basically says that they're not going to do it. So to me, I don't know if they're trying to see if this is like Odila pointed out, is anything can change in this and it can change fast. But to me, they're really behind, man. Like I don't know, unless one of these other rumors that are, if this is the big announcement that they were hyping, oh man, I don't know. It just seems
this is a big announcement.
It seems like trash.
People said there was multiple rumors, and if even one of them comes out this week, it is enough to take over. And it's like, seriously, this is
Who said that?
People
have been saying
on Twitter.
that.
People were saying that. Like,
well, Greg Miller he stopped his show and he rescheduled for Thursday because he had originally said he heard 3 big rumors, and each of them are independently enough to warrant,
the move.
Right.
And if this is one of those rumors, Greg, you better go back to the drawing board, bro. Like, what the fuck?
Drawing board.
Yeah, remember,
I mean, what Sony buy Quantic Dream? That's the thing. You just never know until we do it. I want to get to some of these people in the chat, Zalker. I can start with Luke, by the way. He agrees with us. He says, look forward to the show each and every single week. It helped me get through some rough times. But also, I'm not seeing this Game Pass killer anywhere. He's basically saying, what the hell's all this fuss about? David, by the way, said Ben and Jerry's half baked, the best ice cream flavor. Oh, that's from Fonz from the beginning. You can start with Nanos if you see his.
No, I got Hargeets at the top.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
So I got Hargeet. Hey, what's up, Hargeet? We got Pony Pass. You can have your sloppy seconds and pay us as much as Game Pass. Crying face emojis.
Oh my god,
love it. We got Bunty. He says, "WA Guan RDX." I don't know what that means. At work, give me a good show. Enough respect. Thanks, man.
Shout out to you, buddy.
Appreciate it. Don't get fired, bro. We got Hargeet again. He says, FYI, it would cost Sony about $100,000 a year to do free cloud saves. Just saying.
Well, they should cough that shit up quick.
Yeah, for real. We got Astray Gaming, member for 24 months. He says, Sony is holding back gaming by offering a 2013 service in 2022. Great show, guys.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
Shout out to you, Astray.
Messy. We got Assassin Lupa, 29 months. RDX is the best. Hit the like and share. Out. No day and date. Then it's dead. Damn.
Yep, well said. I was thinking about hitting you up today, Lupa, but I didn't know if you had a level 10 character to run with me on this game, so I just played something else instead and let you be. Go ahead, Zucker.
Yeah, we got Donataku. He says they took mid PlayStation Now with almost the same library plus a few extras, rebranded it into PlayStation Plus. Now we're supposed to care about PlayStation Plus Premium. What? Awesome. Yeah, he put a little like thinking emoji. Yeah. We got Power Man 4K, member for 10 months. No day and date, no contest.
Shout out to Power Man. Oh, we've also got Nano Polymyth, who does say Spartacus hype came and went faster than a Will Smith slapped at the Oscars. Surely you guys saw Chris Rock get bitch smacked by a very weirdly emotional Will Smith, but yeah, that's a different show. Yeah, but shout out to you.
I'm doing that to Gaz when I meet him. I'm just slapping him and walk away. Tiny ass arms having motherfucker. Yeah.
Nano's just telling everybody to take the L. Spartacus died today.
Yeah. We got one more. I got another one from Danny Passion Official. He says, "Let's go RDX. Z, it compete or not?" No, it does not compete.
No.
Simple. Oh no. Shit! Hella just came in.
Well, that's Splendor first. We got two more, and then we can move on.
Okay, yeah, we got Ace Out Gamer. Seems like Sony all over the place. First, they were all about future generations. Now it seems they're all about last generations. Lol. Damn. We got Splendiferous for 6 months. Damn, just tuned in and I hear Zalker being toxic. Can't you guys be nice to Sony for crying out loud? We need Colts. We need Colt. He's the nice guy. No, he's the uncle. Remember?
Tim Dog is the wife.
Tim Dog is the wife.
So there's 3 tiers. The base tier includes what? Just downloadable games?
The same, yeah, just the 2 downloadable games. It's literally the same thing as PlayStation Plus. So like I'm subscribed to PlayStation Plus for some reason. I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
But I have it, and you get those 2 games, and then like the exclusive content, this cloud storage, and then access to online multiplayer.
So every tier doesn't come with the library of downloadable games.
No. Just the 2 monthly games that you get, right? Like the Xbox Live games and those 2 games.
So that's Xbox Live, and how much is that?
Xbox Live is, I think, $60 a year.
No, I'm saying for PlayStation. This is their Xbox Live, basically. So their base tier is just PlayStation Plus. It's $60 a year.
Yeah, so there's the PlayStation Plus Essential is $60 a year. That's the first tier with all this shit that they already had. PlayStation Plus Extra is the second tier, which is $100 a year. And then that comes with a catalog of 400 games that are most enjoyable on PS4 and PS5 games, including blockbuster hits from our PlayStation Studios catalog and third-party partners. Games in the extra tier are downloadable for play. And then there's the PlayStation Plus Premium tier, which is $120 or $18 a month, and that has all the streaming and the PC streaming and all that stuff, plus the PlayStation 3 games that are available via cloud streaming.
So that's for 20 more bucks, you get the worst streaming in the world, basically.
Yeah, I mean, I'm down. Let's go.
Chat, I want to know what you guys think about this. Because right now it is basically in a position to just be forgotten very quickly because Game Pass is just offering so much more. There's just no getting around it.
Yep. For their streaming service, though, wouldn't they be using Azure at this point now? If they're able to do such a service like this?
I think somebody would have said something.
I'm pretty sure you can't stream these games to phone or stuff like that. Like their functionality, like you just look at the functionality of Xbox with Game Pass. Some of their games, their day and date games, are available on the cloud that day. The release.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
That's a big advantage. Like I would think Sony would be far more along than it is. It seems like they don't even believe that they believe there's going to be an online world, but it just don't seem like they built it themselves up for it all these years. It's kind of like their base where they or their hardcore base where it's like, I just want to play the game underneath my underneath my TV and have a controller, and that's it. I don't want it to sell anywhere else or be anywhere else or be whatever, put on Game Pass, or I just want it to be sacred. But it's like that type of mentality and that talking maybe we could have flew in 2013, but we're in 2020 now. This stuff is like should be expected by default. The fact that I don't have to download a game for most of the games and I could just go to the Game Pass and see that game and play it right there, on the cloud without downloading is like that's default. Like,
well, it's not even the cloud.
But what I'm saying, like the whole functionality, everything how it's built out on Xbox is so far superior and so far more along that I don't even feel like Sony's has like a starting point. Like I thought this would be more of I just thought there would be more. It's nothing more than a rebrand and really what's the enticement of to just get off the $60 tier is that's all you really need. And
even at 120, I think even at 120, like how everybody's like, well, it's 120, like bam, it's whatever.
What are you getting?
Like no, they're like it's $60 less than the 180 that you pay for Ultimate. It's like, bro, do you understand that you can play on legitimately 3 platforms? You can play on your console, you can play on your PC, or you can play on your tablet, phone, whatever the hell, and you can actually stream on like your laptop or whatever in case it runs like that whole thing. And then not to mention the day and date, and then not to mention the free cloud saves. Like it's not even close to the value.
Don't forget EA Play is in there, so you got all of the titles of EA Play, all the 10-hour demos. Like, come on, what do we do? It's not even. You know what? Before
you're getting games like Game Pass day one, or these huge games day one, sometimes PC. But like you're getting these games day one. It's like, wow, it really is such disparity that I don't even like arguing about it because it's like arguing against the 49ers versus like the Division A Quack Ducks, and like it's not even comparable.
Quack Ducks.
And what's funny? These guys
what
are like,
city are they from? The Quack Ducks?
I don't know. I was Arizona or something.
Street Sharks, bitch. Hey, 85% of you think that PlayStation Premium is a bust as of right now. There's a poll in the chat. Let us know if you agree, yes or no. Go ahead, dude.
Well, yeah, some of these guys are out here touting these old games like PS1, PS2, PS3 games. They're like, whoa, yeah, we get to play these games. But when Xbox backwards compatibility, which really, to be honest with you guys, like there's Xbox One games on there, but really, like we're playing games that were pretty good, not as old, and we're getting day and date games. And you guys always made fun of Xbox Game Pass for this reason. And now the service comes out, and now you guys are all for it when it doesn't even compare. Like it just blows my mind that people are saying that we don't want games day and date in this service. That's fine. We want to pay $120 a year for all of these old games. Like what?
I think the $100 tier is the winner, Fonz, with all the downloadable stuff. If you're going to choose one, it kind of sucks that you can't have access to hundreds of downloadable games. Sony have kind of handicapped themselves right there, man, because you don't have access to your Game Pass competitor unless you're willing to at least spend $100 a year. Whereas, at least how much is it monthly? How much is all this monthly separately?
The 101 is it's as much as Game Pass Ultimate, $15 a month.
So for $15 a month, you get some old that play and download games. I mean, it's just I don't know, Fonz. What do you think?
I agree with what you guys are saying. For me, it's just, I mean, it's going to be based on the individual and how they look at this, but one could say objectively as well, when you're looking at, the two services, because I don't care what anybody says. Everybody's going to be comparing the two services, regardless if people say this is not a direct competitor to Game Pass. I'm sorry, it is. I mean, don't you remember like years ago, like what was it? A couple years back, Jim was talking about how they're stay tuned because they will have an answer to Game Pass and have a competitor for that later on. This is it.
It will be it when they finally, throw those day and dates in there and start playing around with that.
But the thing is when you compare the two and you see what they have to offer, there's really nothing there for me anyway. Like, I mean, I don't personally want to play PS1 to PS3 games. Like, I don't care to play those games anymore. Like, I'm not going to go back to that. And a lot of people out here that say they really want those games, I don't believe half of them. I'm sure there's those retro guys out there that will. There's a lot of people that will love to play some of those games. But even those guys I've seen on Twitter, some of those guys who are retro guys say, why is back compat being held behind a paywall? And they're pissed off about it. So
can I say something?
Yeah.
Like I was saying, who is this for? Like, if you're a PlayStation guy, or if you're like somebody like me that plays their exclusives here and there, it's like, who's subscribing to this and then also dropping $70 on every single exclusive that comes out, and not to mention $200 on a car. Like, I'm just saying, like, I don't understand what this value is to their consumer.
Yeah, come on,
where's the
$200
value?
price for the card, and even that high. Come on
For
now.
some people who
Yeah, I'm just
really want to play these PS1, PS2, and PS3 games, let's be honest, if they really do want to play these games, they might see value in it. But again, I've seen some guys on Twitter that are real retro guys and that want to play these games are saying, why is it being held behind a paywall? If I already own these titles, why would it be held behind a paywall? Because they don't have the infrastructure for it to give you these titles back compat. They just don't.
Well, I
They're
mean,
going to make you pay for it to stream it. I mean, that's basically it.
have they released anything else? A press note that says, just kidding. There's going to be some stuff in there you like. I mean,
Shadow Warrior 3, Shadow Warrior 3, day and date.
Maybe that's why Greg Miller moved his podcast. Like, this shit is trash. We need to go to a different day.
He's going to be embarrassed if there's nothing else. I mean, I don't know. Again, it was hyped a little bit, and it's just really, it did not meet any kind of interest. I felt like the guys who've been against this, they're like, oh, it's not a Game Pass competitor. I told you so. But I feel like they just felt like they were saying that because they know Sony can't compete. They know the reality of it, so they're just like in defense mode. Mm-hmm. The fact is that, you should just, you shouldn't be spagging on getting all these games on Game Pass, especially in today's day and age, with everything the way it is. We could get into that, but for having games like that day and day, like that, it's just, I think it's just embedded in the the way they've done it. It's like they built it the right way, and I just think it's a great thing to have that, never miss a game service,
Well, that's the point. The reason why this was hyped, and no matter what anybody says, the reason why this was hyped is because people do want to see competition. And people do want to see date and date, because we've had Game Pass. At first, everybody was like, dude, that is such a dumb move by Microsoft. And then a year went by and people were like, well, I'm actually subscribed to it. And then another year goes by. It's like, oh, damn, I'm getting all this too. And then this. And then they're realizing how much money is in there, or how much games are in there, value for you, and how much money you're saving. And yeah, when you start seeing that shit, other people are like, you know what? That would be pretty awesome if Sony did it. I mean, Ubisoft does it. All these other people do it. Like, why not? Like, are all these companies wrong and Sony's the only one that's right? Like, what's going on? So that's why it was hyped. That's why it's out there. That's why this thing was, like, everybody waited for it. This is why, Greg Miller's like, oh, if I'm hearing these rumors, or whoever the hell, it's because they truly did want something to compete with it. Because why wouldn't you? Who doesn't want to save money? Who doesn't, as a consumer, who doesn't want to save money? Yeah. Who doesn't want more content and more competition? That's the whole point.
Who's to say? It's just an all around. If you're a gamer, they say it makes you not spend money. That's not true. I spend money on my multiplats. Then I spend my money gaming elsewhere. Yeah, sometimes do I buy the game itself? Yeah, I'll buy it, especially if it's an early access game. But it gives me enough money where I can be assured all access to the service with the Xbox. Yeah. And third parties, like Elden Ring. I would never buy Elden Ring, but I bought it because it's just, you have that free money.
It's the greatest game ever made. You shut your mouth.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying, like, it gives me more incentive to buy.
Yeah. Can I just say, is there a discount? Like, do they? I can't see
they get
it.
a discount.
Do they get, like, because we get 20% discount on everything in Game Pass.
Yeah, they get. I don't know the amount, but yeah, there's discounts.
Question. I don't know with their service.
I don't know if I think they get discounts like sales, then like they get a little bit more like Xbox Live Gold. I don't know if they get a discount.
In the press release, it says exclusive discounts. It's in the it's in the
Yeah.
essential tier as well.
Yeah.
Exclusive
Just
discounts.
real quick, just so people, what I said earlier about Jim Ryan, nobody thinks that I'm lying about it. It happened in November of 2020. He was interviewed and he was asked, will they respond to Microsoft's successful Game Pass? And he says, there's actually news to come, but just not today. That's what he said about it. So,
And now we have this.
I think it was told to the people who broke the story, which is Jason Schreier and I think somebody else. They were basically, when they had the information, they said it was a Game Pass competitor. I think even in Sony's mind, maybe that they said, "Hey, this could be a start of a Game Pass competitor." But from what I
think they pushed it towards that to get clicks.
Right.
But
But the thing is that what bothers me here is that I really thought Sony would have taken it more seriously than they have. I just feel like they don't think that they can compete on the subscription model thing, possibly. And I don't know. They should be.
But that's an interesting question. Can they not compete in that area?
That's a good question.
Because
That's
honestly, Microsoft has Microsoft money to back them, and when you start a service like this, I'm sure you're going to have a lot of loss until you get that success, gain that momentum. With Sony, though, the thing I think that they'd be the reason why I think they'd be successful is that as soon as they put their games day and date, you will have a lot of people already in that mind share that have Game Pass that say, "Hey, I have a PlayStation 5. Yeah, I'll sign up if it's like Game Pass. Of course I would."
I think a large base, I would say at least 60% of them would switch over to it. I could really see that happening because just the way Sony guys are, they're really hypocrites. So that they say now, no, we wouldn't get it. But I guarantee you the value is undeniable that they would jump into it. And I think Sony is
service now, bro. They're saying they're going to buy this service that doesn't even have game date.
So this service, what I think is going to happen is that this service, I think it's going to see an uptick naturally just because it's new. And you're right, there is a segment of gamers that do want to play those old games. Whether or not they're behind a paywall, if it's right or not, is besides the point. There's people that want to play it. So they'll see an initial uptick on the service, and then it's going to stall because there's going to be nothing there to grab the regular gamers, right? There's only so many people that want to play old games. You know, most of the PlayStation gamers, they've already played the exclusives, right? So if you want to have traction on a service like this, I truly believe they're going to be forced to start to do some of their stuff day and date just to get people to come and say, hey, you know what? I'm not saying that they're going to do this with this game. Just an example, you know, God of War Ragnarok. You know, that's going to be day and date in PS Now. And you would see an uptick in that service. And you know what? To all you guys out there that say, oh, my God, I don't want to do that. I want to just buy the game. You can still buy the game. But I guarantee you a large majority of the PlayStation base is going to jump in that service so they can play that game. And I think that's kind of what Sony's going to be doing here and there, trying to figure out how to work this thing.
Let's talk about why people have this perception that games do worse when they are in services like this, right? When we only have data that backs up that the sales actually increase and that exposure increases, right? Tons of developers have said it. No developer has said the opposite, actually. So I don't understand why people are so afraid about services like this. If you don't like it, don't do it. Otherwise, enjoy the fact that it will probably sell more depending on, you know, what game. I'm not saying all of them, but most of them apparently sell better, get more engagement. And that's a high possibility with Sony games as well. Maybe Sony aren't confident in their one and dones, as people call them. I don't like that term because I love a lot of these games and a lot of games on Xbox that are single player only, like Guardians of the Galaxy. That's not a one and done. Like, that game is phenomenal. It's worth the money. But, you know, maybe they're not confident in the consumer's ability to see the value in a service like that. Maybe. I don't know. Flame says even Nintendo does better with their online. They offer more. Pathetic. And also, Dark CMF in the Super Chat says, justice prevails for Spooky Sprocket. Hit that like button. What happened? Did they catch somebody?
Yeah, they caught all three of those guys that messed him up, and they're going to jail.
17 years behind bars.
Holy shit. Zach, you want to grab a few more of these? I know we got a $100 super chat in here and stuff.
Yeah, I'll get the $100 one since it's been up there for a minute. Thanks, newsold.9. He says, quick question for all of you guys. How do you expect Sony to bring the same things to the table like Game Pass without going bankrupt? The reason Xbox can give the best gaming subscription service is because of Microsoft's big wallet. How do you guys expect more?
That's a good question. And that leads to a question, can Sony compete with Xbox Game Studios when you have 30-something, however many million studios now pumping out games, many of which have more than one team? Sony do not have the manpower to put titles in here every few months or every month.
Yeah, I have a theory about this.
You do it gradually. You do it gradually. You do it a game here, a game there, until you start to get the subscription base higher. That's
let's
game
be
there.
Fonz, go ahead. Fonz has something to say.
Yeah, go ahead, Fonz.
Yeah, I have a theory about this. I think that the way they'll do it, and I think this is the way they're going to do it, is we've already heard they're working on more gas games. Those games as a service is going to create them, if they're good anyway, they're going to create a lot of money for them. They're going to be loaded with microtransactions, things like that. That's what the bread and butter of these companies are anyway. So you load this service with these gas games at first, you start making this money, and that's a continuous revenue stream. You'll get more and more money. That way you can drop your other bigger games in there and your big titles and just be fine. You'll get people in that service playing those games and spending their money, and that's how they'll do it. And gas games. That's my answer.
I mean, that's the games as a service games. That's an Xbox strategy, right? The first game that went in there was Sea of Thieves.
Yeah,
the games as a service. The second game was State of Decay 2, another games as a service. Gears of War, yeah, it has a single player, but the multiplayer is very profitable.
Fable Legends was supposed to be a games as a service,
and most games have additive portions that get updated.
Yeah,
some of you are definitely looking to do more multiplayer.
Yeah,
right?
You're talking about the mindset of what they want to do, and Jim Ryan himself said today he believes the future is gas, and for me, it's like we've had this conversation on Xbox side. They went and they did this, and gamers rebelled. People generally don't like games as a service or don't want their company, pushing for games as a service type games. You've heard it on Xbox's side.
It's funny though that their whole company flourishes on games as a service because they make most of their money on games like Fortnite and even Minecraft.
Well, that's the thing, and I think overall that it is a thing that could possibly be what the right decision. But for me, again, and the answer to the question of the $100 super chat, my answer is risk reward. I have no doubt in my mind that if they were tasked to making a Games Pass subscriber thing, and they just went day and date with their games, as is right now with all the financials, they would have a field day because basically you're just all access to the customer and the customer taking that. And for Sony, proof of the years that they can deliver these games. These games on Epic
Robot
Nature.
Sony's getting them.
Yeah, you're botting out there, Tim.
Am I better now or no?
Yeah,
better now. Yeah.
Yeah, no. Not to go long-winded. I don't know how much you caught of it, but it's just they could do that risk, and I think that then it would pay off. I think that they would be right with Xbox if they did game they right now, or it would take a little time. But if they're not doing it now is where it's telling. I don't know if they will, or if they do, it's going to be a half-hearted attempt. I think they gotta shit or get off the ball, as they would say.
Well, I mean, it's obvious where things are going, right? I mean, you're going a Game Pass model. That's going to be, very successful going forward. And it's weird that they've deviated, and they're going to have to double back to this as a result. Eventually, they will have to come back to this and admit that they were stupid by adding these things later. By the way,
you're right. 100%.
I want to get a few of these super chats. Upon Fonz is not as many, but Hargate giving away a copy of Tiny Tina's Wonderlands for Xbox. Gas saying delay PlayStation now.
Oh my god!
No, man.
That's funny.
Psychonaut says RIP Spartacus 32922. Game Pass is the best value in gaming. There's no power greater than an X. Shout out to the panel RDX. Thank you very much.
I have one from Sir X-Men. That's the farthest I can go back.
Okay.
He says all Sony did was double PlayStation Plus from base $60. Fact.
Yeah. Yep. Hey, by the way, I got to give a shout out to almost 1,300 people watch this live, guys. Hit the like button. Tell a buddy or two about the show. Do appreciate you. Lord Starkiller, $15 super chat. He says, what the fuck, Sony? Back compat behind a freaking paywall. This is facts. Interesting how Sony's highest tier is $18 a month, $120 a year, and these ponies are celebrating. Yeah, I mean, they are celebrating it, and that's the weird thing. They're actually celebrating. Gaz, by the way, and let me get to him too. He says, $10 super chat from Gaz said Aaron Greenberg he says applying so much. So he's Aaron Greenberg's trolling is basically what Gaz is saying. Aaron Greenberg's on Twitter, marketing, quote unquote. Shout out to Aaron Greenberg. But yeah, he's having a field day with this. I also want to get one last, I don't know, Overkill. I think that's your name. He says it's time for Phil to make Xbox Live go away. Yes.
Yep. I agree.
Maybe. You never know. But anyways, I mean, we've been talking about Spartacus or whatever the fuck, PlayStation Premium for a minute.
It's just, but you know, real quick though, it's so funny how far behind they are and how obvious it is, and how Jim is playing catch up right now. Jim's not a dumb man. He's a very smart businessman, but he knows that Sony was way behind, and he's starting this stuff kind of on the wrong foot, man. Like I personally don't think that they should have revamped this right now. I think they should have waited till their gas games were done and had something to put in there.
I wouldn't even say that. I honestly don't understand the whole. I mean, I get what you're saying, but to me, I felt like this year was the best year to do it. I mean, I'm sorry, like this whole spring,
Xbox don't have really have there.
Well, no. What I'm saying, like, can you imagine if Horizon?
Just let them finish real quick.
Can you imagine Horizon Forbidden West in there, Gran Turismo, Sifu, and Ghostwire Tokyo? Like, that's a pretty stacked spring that you can put into service that I would subscribe to. People would subscribe to. Xbox doesn't have a lot of games coming out, so when everybody's like, "Well, they don't have the studio," like, yeah. They don't have the studios once Xbox gets their studios up and running and kicking and like putting stuff out. But this year, it was almost kind of like a gift, like a Trojan horse for you to get in there because you do have the games this year to put some stuff out there. Not to mention God of War coming. And then I get when Starfield and Redfall, all that comes out. The big problem that I saw is that I don't know if they could compete with third-party games, getting those like, Extraction or getting something like Outriders. Like, I don't know if they could compete with that because that's like Xbox flexing their wallet. The other stuff is, I just felt like they could have done something this year with it.
I had they put out day and date, but
if they did, I'm just saying that's a compete.
They did something. They fucked it up. Sir X-Man says, do they have trophy support for old games like Xbox? No, I really doubt that.
I don't know. They didn't say anything about that. That's a good fucking question.
Dark CMF, $10 super chat. Shout out to you, brother. He says, happy birthday, Gaz. NBA 2K22 global code. He's giving away a copy there. Shout out to Dark CMF. Space Dova King says you can find 3 months of Game Pass Ultimate for $25 on sale. Or on Ineba? What's that? Oh, okay. A key site. Yeah, I mean, you can get this stuff on sale all over the place, man. But yeah, I mean, anything else you guys, I mean, did we leave anything out, Chad, about PlayStation Premium?
No, I would say that it's funny how the media, when they first put this out there, they were saying it was going to be $16 a month for their premium, and it's actually $2 more. Pretty funny.
Yeah, that's
even more expensive.
We got Grow Fire. He says after being a member for 13 months, he says I get back compat built in for free natively on Xbox, but I have to pay to stream it on PlayStation. #trash pass. Yeah,
their highest tier is to unlock the worst shit.
Yep. We got a Death Ray Tower, Pony Primo, Ham Pass, 100% pony meat selling to ponies. What the fuck?
Nice to meet you, Primo.
Yeah, we got Splendiferous. The Sony Pass is balls, soggy Cheetos if you like that shit. I don't know. What else do we have? That's all. Oh, no. Yeah, that's all I got.
All right. Well, again, chat, let us know. 85% of you think the announcement today was a bust. I'm in the poll. Shout out to everyone who's participating. Again, if you haven't, tell the buddies about the show. Hit the like button. We're getting into some more topics and things of that sort. We've got, I mean, that's pretty much the gist of PlayStation Premium, right? Though we covered it all, 3 tiers, none of which are particularly interesting or advertising or appetizing. They're not really competitive. They refuse to try to compete with Game Pass, and even individual publishers like EA and Ubisoft by putting their games in places day and date. They're going to be the last one to die on this hill, but It is odd. You brought up a good point. MLB The Show releasing very soon on Xbox, day and date on Xbox Game Pass, and on PlayStation. You got to pay $70. Is that for the players?
Oh,
No, that's
Nope.
not for the players. It's for the payers.
Oh shit! If you want to
I'm
pay
just
for
saying.
it, you can, just like you can on Xbox. But at least you have the option if you don't want to. So
Yeah, if you want to try it for I mean, not a demo. Oh wait, demo? I don't know.
But
Never
yeah.
mind. Oh yeah, we get to play the full game. Never mind. For as long as you want.
But
My
yeah,
bad.
Microsoft are jumping on this stuff today pretty good. They're definitely tweeting a lot about it. They're kind of doing some micro marketing on this, and I think it's pretty funny how they're talking about you can get there. What's that? Can you go to the chat, Zucker, and read that? I think Colt sent it in there, but they had tweeted out something about Game Pass, and basically, they.
I don't think
They're
we're
better.
going to see a real big uptick on subscribers for the premium tier. I don't think they will. Not
You're talking about Xbox's tweet?
Yeah.
Yeah, they said, so Xbox Game Pass tweeted this out. It says, "We love options. Play brand new games on day one," capitalized, blockbusters and indies, Xbox Game Studios, EA Play, ID at Xbox, and more.
Damn.
And actually, Aaron Greenberg, let me bring his up. I had it down, but it went away. He said, he retweeted that and says, "Love the value we give our fans to play all of our first-party games on console and PC at launch." They're
Yeah.
emphasizing that at launch, man. They know. They're like, yeah, that's what we fucking give you.
This is why sometimes when Microsoft go out of their own way to kumbaya, I'm like, just shut up, just stop. Like, you wouldn't do this shit if you didn't give a fuck about competition. So yeah, this is definitely definitely a shot at Sony, and it's pretty funny. But hey, we got some. I mean, again, last call for PlayStation Premium. Fuck this topic. Nobody.
We're done. Moving on.
All right. PlayStation versus PS5. We got a bunch of topics that are actually pretty interesting, but PlayStation versus Xbox Series consoles. The sales are in North America, is it? And that's after 16 months. PS5 is at 6.7 million. Where do you think the Xbox is? Chat? And maybe you don't know.
2
Throw
million,
us the numbers.
2 million.
I would
2
say
million.
5.4 million,
Hmm.
or
You
maybe
guys are all
higher, or
wrong.
maybe a little bit higher. Because
Chat, let us know what you think the Xbox sold. Don't cheat.
what I've seen so far, like, because I monitor the stocks, it appears to me that there's just seems to be a lot more Xbox Series X that come in, and they sell out. But I just see more shipments of Series X coming in the PlayStation 5, at least in the last 3 months. So I wouldn't even be surprised if they're a little bit ahead in North America right now, to be honest.
Can I say it, Dealer?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're actually at 6.2 million. They're only 500,000 behind Sony, and there was a gap of over 1 million at one point. But the last 3 to 4 months, Xbox has like insanely sold really well and caught up a lot and closed that gap to the point where I think they've won the NPD 4 months in a row in North
Mhm.
America.
And that's
And-
without them
3
allocating. That's without them
3 out of
allocating a ton
3
of
out of 4,
units.
thank you.
So that's without
Yeah.
them allocating all their units to North America as well. Like Tim said before launch, he was hearing that they were going to send more units globally than ever. They did, and Sony easily dominated the market at launch. But since then, they've still been sending stuff out. Maybe they have been making more, and they've just been
Yeah.
sending them places.
Yeah, they are,
No.
Go ahead, Tim.
I honestly, I think what happened here, when we talked about this, we were the first to talk about this. The 2-to-1 project, where it takes 2 silicon to make one. It takes 2 every 2 Xbox One S, Xbox Series S. The silicon or the resources that you can take is 2-to-1, so you can get every 2 to 1x. So what I think that they've done here, they kind of gauging the demand and they're meeting demands, is they're making like probably like 80% S and 20% X, and they're giving X's away.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
I don't know.
part.
I
'Cause
don't know.
they're
I
like,
don't
I'm
know.
talking
I'm
because Series
thinking they-
S's. I'm not
but
seeing
this is-
people buy Series S's. They're
Yeah,
buying
Ser-
Series X's.
Yeah, but
It's
they're
not-
always in stock. Listen, let me make my point. They're always in stock, and they. I just my belief is that they prioritize the building of the S for now, and
Yeah, they did.
also they secured. Somehow they secured, and John Welfare talks about this. He follows the analysts. They made some type of deal with Amazon where I don't know. They've secured more resources this year, much more it seems than they did versus last year. So I think everything's starting to open up for them, and they're hitting at the right time where they're a very popular brand right now in the United States.
Yeah, you're right. 2-to-1 Xbox Series S over X. The silicon requires much less, so they can build more. During a global chip shortage is kind of a big deal and a very smart plan. And it happened to work out for them.
It worked, and they got lucky. Yeah, what happened, and they're saying the shortages will go through 2023. I fully expect at this point Xbox to outsell Sony the rest of the year, for just because of this whole resource situation. I think that the Xbox has a better control of it, and Sony, yes, they are selling out right away, and they're doing good, but they can't keep up with the demand and the resource. It takes the same amount of resources to make the digital and the disc, so they're kind of in a quagmire until everything opens up. And then by then, which might be 2023, then you could really start to get real world what they are going up against, who's selling more.
Yeah. And on top of that, the clock speeds mean they can't just choose any fucking chip. They need one that gets up to 2200 megahertz and does it reliably, and that's not easy to do, even on a GPU from AMD, let alone an APU. So yeah, it all comes together. D-Batch, I want you to go ahead and tie this together here. Xbox doing better than some people think.
Yeah, I somewhat agree with Tim saying. There is a lot more Series S, and of course they're producing more of them. However, I do think the majority of consoles being sold is like our Series X's. I think the Series S helps fill in that gap, and there's a lot of gamers out there that get sold on the Series S for the simple fact of Game Pass. Game Pass is a great seller for the Series S for the price. So a lot of people are jumping on that. And let's just be honest, Series S is producing some good games. Yeah, there's the few odd stinker that the developer didn't optimize it, but for the most part, it's delivering a great experience. Now the PlayStation Digital, because once again, I watch everything coming in. I don't really see a lot of those coming in, and I'm also starting to see
fucking unicorn.
I'm starting to see the desire for them waning by gamers. A lot of gamers were saying, you know what, I don't really want the digital because, I see all these games on sale and I can't take advantage of it because I'm locked to the digital console, or I can't play some of my old games or whatever. So some people, they're not as keen on the digital anymore. So I think Sony needs to obviously leave it there as an option for some gamers, but they need to continue focusing on the disc edition. But I think it's just a simple case of Microsoft figuring out their manufacturing process, and they're running it like a well-oiled machine right now, because I'm constantly seeing Series X come in and leave stock. I'm not seeing them stay in stock. And when I see them stay in stock, it's because the supplier got like a huge shipment, and like within a day they're sold out again. So they're selling like crazy. And once again, Game Pass is really helping sell the Series S and the Series X. And it's helping people say, you know what, I got a PC, but you know what, I'm gonna get a Series X so I can enjoy the games in my bedroom and also play those games on my PC. So there's a lot of factors driving the sales for it. And let's just be honest, it's got more features than the competition as well. It's just a well-rounded system. And congratulations, man, because I remember guys saying that Xbox Series X or Xbox is not gonna win one MPD this whole generation, and here we are now.
It all feeds back into itself,
Can I just say that it's actually kind of weird? Like for me, like I thought that it was going to be November, right? Like I get like the whole chip shortages, but if we look at what's going on in spring, Horizon Forbidden West released in February. We got Sifu that released. We got Ghostwire Tokyo, and we have Gran Turismo. All these, kind of big games for Sony that it should be tentpoles are not winning them NPDs.
Okay.
So what happened in that thing, right? Like I get there's more consoles out there. I get that, but these big games are supposed to drive that force where people want it even more and it gets sold and all that. And we look at the sales numbers, even for Horizon, it's the second best selling PS5 launch behind Miles Morales. It's not even the number one.
People say Miles Morales did 20 million copies, but what they don't know is that Miles Morales is bundled in with the PS5. So it did a ton with the PS5, and that's coming from Gaming Forte, who manages a pretty big GameStop, so Miles Morales did great for Horizon. What do you guys think Horizon's going to do, Fonz? What do you think Horizon's going to do? I mean, I know it's hard to go back and play it, but how much is it going to sell?
I say it sells at least 4.5 mil.
Oh, easy.
I mean,
I don't.
They're not talking numbers after a month and a half of it being out, so that to me is weird.
No, I can see them selling 5+ million, but it's just yeah. You know, that game, man, that game.
I think what they expected was more, to be honest. If I'm being
Yeah.
honest, I'm thinking that they were really expecting a big response from the community.
Yeah, they were.
And I don't think they got it. I think maybe it was a little bit of timing, and Elden Ring definitely shut it down.
Oh, Elden Ring fucking
you
killed
know,
it.
killed it.
But
Fucking destroyed it, decimated it.
it sounds like the game. It sounds like the game to me
fucking
really
love fun.
hasn't made a step up from the original, and you can make the argument that the original was better. So I would have to play. I would have to play it, but just strictly speaking, from what I'm seeing and feeling, yeah, I don't think that they did too well, and I think that they started to do well with GT7, but they definitely were met with a little resistance there as far as returns and just what they went through.
Elden Ring drop kicked everything, Tim Dog.
Yeah, but like I'm not. This is not a. I'm not
too.
like rooting against them or whatever. I'm just saying how I feel about the situation.
Your Twitter says otherwise. I'm seeing.
Yeah, no, I mean, I always speak for Xbox, but I mean, I just feel like they missed the ball. I know Sony fanboys were saying 90s on both of them, and they're gonna just really dominate the talk and put down Xbox, but that didn't happen.
Yeah, I didn't even tell you. Speaking of the bugs that it launched with, so I got back on the game after I talked to you earlier, and I was trying to play Horizon, right? And I got to a point where I couldn't find out what to do, and I was like, no, I know I'm supposed to be here to do this, and I looked it up online, and sure enough, my game is bugged. Some people have this bug to where this like invisible wall thing shows up, and you can't progress. So I can't progress in this one quest, and yeah, I don't know what to do. So it's irritating to say the least.
Launch Elden Ring again. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Since she says, stop interrupting Tin Dog, he's my favorite. Shout out to you, buddy. He says, oh, and why aren't there 1,300 likes? Yeah, that's not how YouTube works, man. 10% of people or less might actually go and hit the like button on any given video. But hey, we already got 400. Shout out to everybody. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. If you haven't, maybe tell a buddy or two about the show. Shout out to 1,400 almost here watching live. We're talking about PlayStation, Xbox, and some other shit. And also, there's a new thing that came out, and I'm thinking that it might have something to do with all the stuff that we just got done talking about, which is that Xbox is projected to basically take the market share by 2026 over Sony and Nintendo. Zalker, anybody read into this?
Yeah, I saw that. Did you see Sean Layden actually responded to that?
What do you say?
Sean Layden responded with a GIF saying, "Yeah, I don't think so."
Damn it,
or
Sean.
something like that. Like Sean Layden coming out, like still capping, I guess. I don't know. That's that. It was pretty funny that statistic came out, and I remember everybody was like, "This is bullshit. It's not happening." And it's like, do you not know? Like, it's like kind of factoring in the Activision Blizzard shit, the PC shit, the cloud. Like, this isn't just. It's not talking about just consoles. And don't get me wrong, they're still in third place, but in 2026. That's it's 4 years from now, people. A lot can change in 4 years. 4 years ago, Game Pass, we were making fun of it.
Hey,
and now look at it.
last generation, we were outsold like 2-1. This generation,
this Wii shit.
Whatever. this generation, they're only like 500,000 behind. So the gap is being closed. And like I've said many times, once these studios start pumping games out on a regular basis, it's going to be really hard for Sony to compete because they're not setting up the infrastructure now to combat that. So it's just going to be a blunt force trauma to the face when those games start hitting, man. So I don't know, man. They got to change something. Like, we talked about it a few weeks ago on the show. That's, Sony might cease to exist the way we know them. And if they don't change the model, I don't see them being the market leader because people are just looking at now. They're not looking at 2026 when like all these studios are pumping out games and they're all on freaking Game Pass and people are coming on this system to play on PC, to play on the Series X, all these wonderful titles that are included in the subscription service that is Game Pass. It's going to be huge, man. That's why I know we're finished talking about it, but that's why this merger today of the services was puzzling to me, that they're not going to include games that are day and date. Like, what are we doing?
For
Yeah,
now.
D, I just want to ask you real quick. How hot is it in that server room you're in?
It's
Sounds
pretty
hot as
hot.
fuck.
It's pretty
Yeah.
hot. Yeah. You can hear the fans, really? Oh,
Yeah,
shoot.
yeah.
Oh, damn! You turn the fans off.
Crypto mining son of a bitch.
Son of a beat.
Shut up.
I
Ethan's
put- I-
high
I just-
today, buddy.
I just put it in the chat, but yeah, fuck it. I'll make this a poll too. Will Xbox be market leader in 2026 and beyond over Sony and Nintendo? Let us know up above in the chat. And I mean, it would be a big deal if they did, right? I mean, I'm surprised Tim ain't said nothing on this. But
Well, this poll is going to be pretty skewed in this chat. Let's be honest.
well, there's no skewing of an opinion. It's their opinion.
I know. But
Silly Fonz. Silly Fonz, really?
Silly dealer.
Yeah.
Hey, is Xbox going to be great in 2026, guys?
Well, I mean,
What would you do? What would you do if they said no?
Yeah, I'd be
Well,
like, what the?
Like 90% say
They're like,
no.
fuck you. I hate Xbox.
Yo, hit
No.
no on the hit no. Let's get it. Let's get it.
You were saying what were you wondering what I was thinking, dealer, and what it was I really feel now the article doesn't say they're going to win overall. They said that they're going to gain a 7% market shift by 2026. DFC Intelligence, which is like the top group, or one of the most lauded groups when it comes to this stuff, industry, predictions. They had it at 7% difference. I think they went from 25 to 29 or whatever, and then Sony dropped and Nintendo grew a little. But when you look at this, and I think that we've said it already, Xbox is, I think, easily gonna be a market leader once this Activision deal, if it gets passed, because they're gonna lead in so many facets, whether it's cloud, whether it's mobile, whether it's all this other stuff, that I think that they're, quite frankly, more sophisticated in the game, where the game, platform, more than Sony is. I just feel today was just a weird day to me. I just feel like they really are. They can't compete on certain areas with Xbox, and it's glaring now. I mean, we just talked about this whole thing. We would hope that they would put their day and date. I don't know if that's the truth anymore. And I know I've said in the past that they would, but I don't know where this company is going. If they are just really that behind, or
Yeah,
if
just
they have some
look where
type of
Microsoft
deal.
went 2 years ago. That's where they're going. And then 2 years from now, they'll catch up to here maybe. And, in terms of their technical ambitions, right? What they want to do with their services and where they want to release their games. But, yeah, that's the thing, though. Out of all this with PlayStation Premium, even if they released games in their day and date, they have so few compared to what will be Microsoft in a year or whatever, right? This year, even. I mean, they're going to be dropping some games towards the end of the year. They can't compete with 4 AAA games a year or more.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
What the hell is that? Big head mode? Hitting Cheetos? What are you doing in that game? Weird.
That's Tiny Tina's Wonderful Wonderland.
Is it funny, that
Really?
game?
That's
Bro, it's
strange.
such a weird game, bro. It looks so cool. Like
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, it's fun. It's fun. But
there's a
Zucker,
place called Buttsville in here.
Bill.
Ooh,
Yeah,
funny.
in the
Sounds
game.
like a fabled joke.
Right?
Well, whatever. Zucker, grab a few of these, man, and then after that, I'm gonna set you up because I got to run to the other room real quick. But yeah,
Set 'em up.
let's.
I got
You can look at the topic and see what's next if I'm not back.
yeah, okay. I got Don Otaku. He says, "Do you think Microsoft has slowed down on cloud servers, and that's why they have much more Series XX stock? They just finished iOS stability update. No, man, they want that cloud to go up. They want people to have a good experience for the first time they're using it, and it's going to be a big way for them to like infiltrate a big market. At least that's what I would think. Then we got Senshi says, "Oh, and why aren't there 1,300? Oh, well, we talked about that. It's just the way YouTube is, man." We got Lord Starkiller. He says Sony supporters are in denial that Xbox is much more competitive this gen. Also, it is time for Microsoft to fold the Xbox Live Gold only subs into Game Pass. I agree. The Xbox Live Gold is archaic. They need to let that shit go. And plus, the games provided in there every month are freaking trash. We got Dark CMF. Reminder, if we hit 500 live likes, I'll drop another NBA 2K 2022 global code. Let's get to... Oh, yeah, we need like 4 more people. Hit that likes to get to 500 and he'll drop it. We got Splendiferous. Tell Sean Layden to sit down now and buy baby chicks. What? All right. Good luck, Sean Layden. Don Otaku, D-Batch, and people are coming on the Xbox. Flushed face. Pause. Way to go, D-Batch. We got Hargeet with ABK. Xbox already is close, if not ahead of Sony. They aren't done buying. They'll pick up more and will definitely be ahead by 2026. Man, Hargeet's talking big truths over there. Then we got Risk It. Great show. We're while I'm on baby duty. What the fuck, Sony? What's up, Brisket? Say hello to the little guy.
Shout out to Risk It.
Yeah, and that's all I got, buddy. Are you still here? Or are you in the other room?
Yeah, I'm dead.
Okay.
Hey, so yeah, I mean, you got. I just thought that was an interesting article. Market share. If only we had Cold Eastwood in here. Market share would. If they were the market
Stand
leader,
by.
it'd be a big deal, right? So, hey, just a quick note here. Apex Legends is getting Series X and S enhanced on March 29th. And I know you play that game, Zucker.
I do play that game. I played a bunch on Xbox too. I thought that was that thing ran really smooth.
Yeah, it's getting 120 FPS mode, and the works apparently. So that'll be cool. I thought it looked good on the One X already. So
that's a massive game, man. A lot of people still play that. I still jump from like Xbox and PC every now and then with that game. Like I know Gaz plays it like crazy on the PC. I mean, I've played with him before. He still sucks. I don't know how many hours he has in it, but
would you say
terrible.
he'd pay $1,000, maybe $2,000 if it were a paid game?
No matter how much he pays, he's still gonna suck at it. I'll tell you that much.
Oh shit.
He'll look good. He'll look good though. You know.
Mm-hmm. Also,
cosmetics.
something else I wanted to rattle off. I don't know if it's something small, but it's not really a full topic. But Halo is basically going to be doing a crossover with Among Us. I don't know if anybody in here plays that game, but something Xbox and the developers are kind of teasing right now, a Halo Among Us crossover
like Telltale?
potentially.
No,
Among Us.
Among Us is like a multiplayer game where you have two people that murder everyone and you don't know who it is, and you have to go around doing tasks to like save your spaceship, and they have to they impersonate you, and then they kill you like as you're doing your tasks. But then you call like a meeting. But then you call like a meeting and you got to tell your buddy like, oh, your friend's like, hey, this guy just killed me, and then they'll be like, no, I didn't. I was over here, man. Like it was this guy. And it's just a mind game.
You
Like,
ever
it's
wonder,
just
like in the movies, how people are so dumb and they don't, they're actually the same fucking way in that game. Like, oh, it wasn't me. Like, I was right next to you. They're like, no, I think it was you. Like, they're
Bro,
really
we
that
did
dumb in real
that
life.
at work. We did that at work. I'm so terrible as a human being. I won so much. I killed everybody. I was like, it wasn't me, I swear. And they're like, oh, I trust him.
Are they like little Smurf looking kind of things?
Yeah, they're like little like ghost looking fucking Smurfy
Yeah,
things.
okay,
But
okay,
dude,
I know what you're talking about.
I saw the Halo, the Master Chief like cosmetic suit for it. It looked fucking sick, bro. I was like, I want to be Master Chief in a spaceship killing people. I'm down.
What is Dark's? What game is this, Dark? He says there it is and here it is. He's got another code.
Oh, it's the NBA 2K22 global code.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, he said if it gets to 500 likes, that he's gonna drop it, and it's at 560 now, so he dropped it.
Nanopolymath says Xbox are gonna gain market share lead before 2026 or on 2026. We have all the ZeniMax bangers and AB plus
Activision Blizzard,
Yeah.
plus all the Xbox game studios day and date, plus TV apps / streaming devices. Sony is drowning in Xbox success.
Plus amazing TV shows.
Oh no! Don't bring up the Halo TV show.
I will not defend that show, but I enjoyed it.
He said, "I will not defend it."
No, I told Fonz this is why he's not coming out, because I was like, I can see in 3 episodes it being trash, and I can also see in 3 episodes like, that's pretty cool, and that was it. Like I'm like, it's nothing great, nothing amazing. It's just like I'm gonna wait and see.
Yeah, I mean, I had always noticed some weird things with it before it came out. Like that there was a Suburban in the background randomly.
I think I didn't see that. That's
That
not
was
in the
Chevy,
well,
bro.
that wasn't in there.
It's a little dressed
Silverado.
up, right? But it's
No, but that wasn't in the show. I thought I
So
was looking
far.
for it, and I think it's just a
it's not.
commercial. I think it's
Yeah.
just a commercial. I think it was just like an advertisement.
I haven't
right?
seen
Like they
it.
just
no,
like it's just a commercial.
Like it's apparently in one of the episodes that's not out.
Oh,
But it's an alien world with Suburbans. I don't know, guys. Look, if you're gonna show Master Chief's face first fucking episode, you can't tell me you didn't have a problem with that. Like that. Yeah, chat. Let me know, all right? Because am I the only one that thought Darth Vader was more intriguing because I didn't know what the fuck was under that mask, and by the end he was like, "What the fuck, Humpty Dumpty?" Yeah, like Why not
That guy,
save
Steve.
this face reveal? Nobody cares. Nobody cares what he looks like that much to where you want to spoil this shit and ruin the anticipation of that stuff.
Yeah.
I would have just left this fucking helmet on, glued it on, said, here, play this part.
the best
You don't
show
get
they
to talk. We're going to have the
Or-
voice actor do all the shit.
Or just have some shots, that get him from the side, or he's kind of veiled.
Some
you
boob
can't see
shots.
the whole thing, and kind of lead up to it, the anticipation, or
Honestly,
after
the
a
Mandalorian.
big girl, he's getting blown up, and half of his mask is like blown off, or something like that. But yeah, the first episode. Whoa.
I think they could have gone the Mandalorian route, like legit,
How
like just
dare
a
you
little.
Take like 5 or 6 episodes
No,
to
I'm
show
saying
it.
like
And then,
like take a while to show
Mandalorian
it, and
took
then
a
when
while.
you,
Took a while.
it took a while. It took like almost the whole season, and then
But
like
it's
all right,
obvious
cool.
they took some cues from that show. Not the helmet, that's for sure.
Honestly, but no. The thing with the show is like I was like, all right, this is all right. And then when I saw that kid like get his head blown
Oh,
off, I was like, oh
decimated.
shit.
Damn,
Like,
Jimmy
there-
had a bad day.
Hey, that first,
Bro,
that
hella-
first
dude, people
like 18
died.
minutes is good. That first 18 minutes is solid. It's the rest of
Dude,
it.
that
that's like-
action sequence, you're just like, Jesus, people are just getting their shit ripped off, legs are getting freaking taken off, they're getting stabbed. I was like, damn. It's like Halo's brutal as fuck.
Yeah. it
That's
should
why
be.
I liked it. I like the brutality.
Yeah, it should be that way. It's war, right? So, I mean, I feel like portray it as such, I guess.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. But, yeah, I mean, Fonz, you watched one episode, right?
Yeah,
There's,
yeah.
only,
and
there's only one.
there's one episode, and the next one.
But
is
you
when?
said you're done
Thursday,
after one, right?
Yeah, I changed my mind after that. I actually told people because a lot of people convinced me. They said, "Hey, give it another shot." I'm going to give it another episode. I'm going to check it out.
Chat, let
I
us know if
always
you
give it
watched
the
the show.
3
Let us
episodes.
know what you think of the show.
Yeah, I might even give it 3.
3 episode rule, man. That's the biggest thing for shows. 3 to
Yeah.
4 episodes are really good.
Yeah.
Like the Peacemaker.
3.
The first episode was like it was okay, but man, the Peacemaker is one of the like I freaking loved it, bro. I couldn't stop.
really
It was
good.
so damn good.
Yeah, it
I
was
like
way
into
better
the
than I thought it
second-
would be.
Oh yeah, man. Like it was insanely good. So I'm like, damn, I want like another season. Like I didn't John Cena as like a hero. Like who gives a shit? But man, that was so good.
Hey, shout out to Space Monkey. He says, "Will Microsoft buy EA? My dream is that they'll make a Command & Conquer Definitive Edition." I don't think of that,
No,
but
I don't
I
think
do
so,
want a new
no.
Command & Conquer because the last one
On
they
the
tried to
phone,
drop
though.
was on the fucking phone. Yo, Donnie, he says Microsoft like DJ Cal. Oh, don't bring DJ Callum in here. He's suffering.
We the
suffering
dumbest.
from success. We the most trash.
I hate that guy, dude. Hate that.
Yeah, I don't know. I wish he would get the fuck off the track, honestly, every time I hear him. But, hey, again, guys,
Another one.
let us know what you think about the Halo show. If you watched
Another
it,
one.
if you're not watching any more of it because you don't like it, I haven't seen it, but I'm just not excited about the things I've heard. Does that mean I'm going to hate on it needlessly? No, most likely. But I'm not super excited to go watch it right now. Am I alone here? Maybe.
No,
Okay.
no.
No,
I can
watch.
understand that.
Watch. Wait, I'd wait at like for the 3.
I'm going to wait for all of them to come out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't get me
I think-
wrong. Hey, I talk shit on the show, and people are like, well, you're changing your mind again.
Just
No, I have not changed my mind on the show at all. I said I'd give it a couple of more episodes. I still think it's dog shit right now in the first episode. I'll tell you that. Nothing's changed there.
just take yourself out of the Halo universe. It's not lore.
Okay.
It's something else, and
It's not
just
Halo.
Just take it for what it is, and
It's called Ring.
I mean, if I just
Just-
wanted to watch mine, I'm only watching it because it's Halo and the Halo world
I
and the
know
lore.
that's
And
right.
I
right.
mean, I don't know. That's
it's
not.
That's what you would
It's
think.
not actual lore though. It
You're
really
right.
isn't,
I
so.
mean, I'm not saying that it needs to be like canon, but just be quality. And I haven't
Respect
seen it
the
yet,
source
so
material.
I'm gonna wait for a
And
few
respect
episodes,
the
chat,
source
and then I'm gonna jump
material.
in there and I'm gonna go ahead and give it a watcheroo. All right. All right.
all right.
Guess what? Hurry up. Guess what?
What?
Hellblade
What?
2. We got some information on Hellblade 2. This will make Fawn's happy. Apparently,
Very.
the team right now is saying quality is through the roof, which that can be
Yes.
taken in a lot of different ways. I'm not exactly sure what they
No,
mean
but
by
we know
that.
what he's talking about.
But
Right?
he goes into combat, right? So according to,
Yes.
and this is something big for the franchise because this is the one complaint I really hear about the game. I didn't mind the combat of the first one, but he says the combat designer says, Hellblade 2 combat will be significantly different than it was in its predecessor. Now, what
Love
that does tell us is that all those little snippets of her doing karate behind the Save-A-Lot, whatever the fuck she was, and she had a weapon, she had no weapons, she was she was basically picking her poison and fighting how she wanted to fight. Maybe they have a full-on in-depth combat system where you actually have, slots for weapons and armor and stuff now. I mean, how far do you think they could take this, Fonz?
Dude, it kind of sounds like that from that article. I got excited reading that because I've been on that train for a few months now. When we heard about them really training different mixed martial arts and stuff, I was like, this could be where they're actually really pushing the combat forward. That's something that I personally had a problem with the first one. That's why I can't finish the game. To me, it's just really sluggish and boring. But that combat is terrible in my opinion. This could be something special. Who knows? Yeah, I like what they're talking about here. So I'm excited, man. I think you're right. They could have like sort of a wheel like other games have where you can pick different weapons or whatnot. Even if it's not a wheel, damn it. Like just the fact that you can scroll through different weapons in some fashion. That's what I want. Like I want different looks for, the character and just I want to go in there and have some good combat, man. Like the first one just didn't give you that. It just doesn't.
I mean, I don't mind the combat. I thought it was deeper than what I originally knew because I don't know how much you played of the game, but I mean, it does have parries, dodges. I think it even has a roll. It's a juke, different combinations of power and light attack. It's not as basic as some people who don't hit more than one button and one after the other might not know. I don't know, but I didn't think it was horrible. I just thought it, needed a little bit more.
Down to, what I think it was like with the old game. I think it was down to just maybe budget constraints and the fact that they just really wanted to push that narrative forward with, her and her psyche and stuff and all the, sounds and her voice and everything you'd be hearing in your head while you play the game, figuring out the puzzles, that sort of thing. They really put a lot of emphasis on that. And I don't think they could really push much with the combat because, again, budget constraints. I really think that was a big thing for them. But with Microsoft now, damn, sky's the limit. Let's do it. Great combat.
$10 million budget.
And they could do it, bro. They could do it because they've had plenty of games in the past with great combat. So,
I'm they had a $10 million budget on the first one, and they said that they worked on smaller projects like I think cell phone stuff, VR stuff, to kind of keep the lights on while they built this game out. And it's ultimately Hellblade that secured their future, because without Hellblade, they probably would have never been purchased.
Bro, one of my favorite games from the PS3 era was Heavenly Sword, and that was done by them, Ninja Theory. It was a great game. Yeah, it had certain issues with the mechanics, but it was like a God of War clone type of thing, and it was really fun. Really fun for its time.
That game was ahead of its time when it came out, man.
It was awesome.
I remember seeing the marketing, and I did actually play a little bit of it as well. Chat, let us know what you think. Are you excited for Hellblade 2? There's a poll up in the chat. Let us know. Most of you so far are excited for Hellblade 2. And after seeing that gameplay that many people, for one, there's some people out there that are somehow trying to say that it's not better looking than any other game out there right now. You are delusional in every sense of the word. It clearly is. And that was over a stream. So you can only imagine what it's actually going to look like, right? But yeah, I mean, it's shaping up to be big, shaping up to have a lot better combat.
I would like the chat to tell us what looks better currently. Put it in the chat.
Nothing. You know what? Nothing is going to look better currently. Unreal Engine 5, this is my prediction. It's just going to take over the industry. The stuff that we're going to, we already saw with The Matrix, we're seeing with Hellblade. It's going to be groundbreaking stuff, man, that we're going to see with that. We're truly going to jump a generation of graphics with Unreal Engine 5. And I just saw recently at GDC that Unity engine, they updated it, and the Unity engine is looking crazy too. So I'm telling you, the next year and beyond, the games are going to look incredible, and Unreal Engine 5 is going to be leading the charge, man.
Yep. And anytime people doubt the hardware, just boot up that damn Unreal 5 engine tech demo. You can see it right in front of your face. Like, that's better looking than anything that's out right now. It's already running at such an early stage of the consoles and the software and the development kits on the consoles, including Series S, and it proves to you what can actually be done on the systems at higher resolutions than what some of these games are running at. I mean,
that's why The Witcher's going to it, man. That's why they're going to use it for The Witcher.
The manpower, man. It's just people know how to use Unreal, and that red engine is kind of weird. You might as well just use Unreal and get it over with. Yeah, it's a little weird, but that tells you Witcher's about 6 or 7 years away. They got to
come
build
out
the
when
whole thing.
Wolverine comes out. Yep.
I don't think so long.
Can I just say that a game that I can't wait, like I enjoyed from Ninja Theory was Enslaved Odyssey to the West.
That was a good one too.
And that combat in there was a lot of fun and ahead of its time. Also, it was just a cool game, and
That's what I'm
that's
saying,
why
they're
I'm not
great,
worried
bro.
about them getting this combat down because I feel like
Yep.
the people there are extremely talented.
Facts.
So we'll see what it is. I'm excited for it after seeing that demo. What was it, like a year ago, or was it this year? I don't remember, but
That's last year.
last year. So I just want to see what they can do. Ninja Theory brought out, like, I know a lot of people hated Bleeding Edge, but Bleeding Edge's combat was fun. And the game, like,
Yeah.
it sucked at the end of the day, but again, the variety of combat was cool in there. So I want to see what they can do when they hone it in on a single game with a single character.
Hey, none of your business in the chat. This is Tiny Tina's Wonderland running on Xbox Series X. It's a Borderlands spinoff. And you know what? I don't know if anyone else here has played it, but it is a nice change of pace from Borderlands. Like, I was kind of getting burnt out on that specific formula, and this is definitely Borderlands, but there's just something about it and the way that it's presented, the overall tabletop kind of map structure, the random encounters that you can avoid by meleeing the guys that run at you, and obviously the change of weapons, too. The weapons are different. It's just, I don't know, it seems to be the right game at the right time for me. Now, if it were like Borderlands 3 DLC, I don't know. Maybe they just saw that this was such a big quality product, or at least good enough to sell individually. Like, they're selling this for $60, old gen, $70 for the new gen, just so you know. And nobody else here has played it, so fuck everyone but
No.
me.
I'm not a Borderlands fan, man. I've never been.
Well, how do you become a fan of something, Fonz?
I've tried to play Borderlands. I've tried to play them when they were on Game Pass. Are they still on Game Pass? Those earlier ones? They're probably off now. But I tried to play them.
I don't know, actually.
The
didn't care
gunplay
for
is
them.
really good, Fonz. I really do think you need
No,
to give
the
it another
gunplay's not bad. It's just the game, the corny humor. I don't like it. It's
I don't
not
like
for
it.
me. It's not for me. Sorry, old man moment.
You're like
It's not
pushing
for
a
me.
carrot
Get
away
off
from your
my
mouth.
lawn, kids. Get off my lawn.
You hate video games.
Yep. I hate
No,
all
it's not
video
on Game
games.
Pass.
Yeah.
It's not on Game Pass.
I don't know where Tim Dog went.
I don't know either. He
But
just
that's
fucking-
He has an
okay.
old man moment.
He
too.
normally falls asleep anyway. Minecraft ray tracing is reportedly available to some players out there through a special build. You're finally going to get some ray tracing on your Minecraft. No one cares, but it's. I thought it was interesting enough to mention.
it's gonna be there.
Why
It's in
the fuck it
preview,
took
I
so
think.
long, and what the fuck's happening with all your hardware, Microsoft? I don't know. Why is it taking over a year to get your performance up to this level, where you're not losing, most comparisons, and you're finally starting to pull ahead in a lot of them? Why aren't you substantially faster than the PS5 right now? Well, we know why. The developers have talked about it, but why is that still an issue? How long is this generation going to go on? 8-10 years we expected, but fuck, you're going to take 3 years to get your fucking hardware up to speed and actually pull numbers that it should be pulling. What's happening? Like, why are developers struggling to get shit above 1080p from day one? Why is it so hard for them? Why are they sending out 1080p modes, and even if they update it later, like they did with Dying Light, like, why is it not just that? Why is this happening? Like, you should
What
have a
would
lot more
happen?
performance on the table here.
Yeah, what happens if they wait so long? Let's say it's 3 years before they start pulling ahead like that, and then by then the PS5 Pro comes out. It just is better.
If there is one, I don't know. I would like to see Microsoft, because they will address it behind the scenes. I've talked to people about it. They've talked about drivers and stuff like this to me, but publicly, it's not a great idea to put out a tweet. Sorry, y'all. The drivers are fucked, and we're lacking some performance that should be on the table, or the GDK. We changed the GDK before launch, and now developers essentially have to start learning this shit again. But once they do, it'll be good in the long run. They don't want to address that kind of stuff. But
look how long it took them to address the DVR. Oh wait,
it's still not addressed.
Yeah,
it's undressed. Yeah, it's trash.
It's undressed. Yeah,
it's complete trash. Hey, there's also a new publishing division. Zucker, I don't know if you read about this, but it's led by the lady who led Portal, or one of the Portal and Left 4 Dead developers, Kim Swift. And this is for basically they're going to be developing games, and they're going to focus on cloud native gaming. So they're going to basically be building games that you can't really play anywhere else, because if they require the cloud, they're doing things probably a little bit different than what you've seen.
Well, no, it's more than just like, oh, you can play this on your phone. She said it's way more than that. Like it's something like the water and Sea of Thieves can be done only with the cloud. So they're trying to. She's saying that this is going to be a team dedicated to help second party developers understand how to make big worlds in Xbox with using the cloud. So they're talking making big, complex, one of the most complex open worlds. They're talking about making things that, can handle the AI, handle certain things like infrastructure within the game instead of putting it on the hardware, so they can focus more on the hardware to make the game, even look better. So that's what her studio is doing. And the funny thing is, she kind of reminds me of Jade Raymond. Jade Raymond, she was at Stadia with Jade Raymond, and Jade Raymond went to Sony, and this, I
don't know. That's kind of a red flag. If you went to Stadia, I'm just, I'm sorry.
Well, yeah, she worked for Stadia, then left. But she has way more games that have come out recently. Not to mention the studio that she's building is helping build out this studio, and that thing that she's talking about, building it for the cloud where you can get stuff and help make games more complex. Ubisoft also announced something very similar where they're doing the same thing. Like they're building a studio to help build that also. So I don't know. I think it's kind of cool that they provided an entire team to help them instead of like having every team do it on their own.
So it's like it's like what was that team called, Tim, where they would send the ninjas out to people's development teams and they'd be like, "Hey, this shit's at 900p. What the fuck? Get it up to 1080." What's that team called?
ATG.
So this is the ATG, Advanced Technology for the Cloud, basically. Like, hey, if you are working on anything that requires cloud compute, we will be here to help you build.
They're gonna make partnerships. No, she's talked about actually starting help build games with second party developers. Like they're gonna sign deals.
So they're gonna help developers leverage Azure for that?
No, help them create exclusive Xbox games using the cloud. So let's say a developer comes to them with an idea that would require the cloud, they would help make that for them if it's exclusive to Xbox. So
that's what I just said. So help developers make games for Azure.
Or in a way, they are, in my understanding, is that Xbox being forward thinking as they are, thinking about 25 and about 2025 maybe, maybe 2030 or whatever, 5 years to 10 years, that these games utilizing cloud technology that's embedded or either natively, like multiplayer games natively in the cloud. This is basically what Stadia was when they premiered, what they flaunted and said what's possible in the cloud. That includes destruction in the cloud. Crackdown 3 was an example of that, but it never materialized. The person left. They sold CloudGen. But this is those type of games and ability, I guess, to help a developer, say, such as Rare, or somebody who comes to them that says that they want to use the cloud technology, whether it be like even what they did with Flight Simulator. The amount of details and the leveraging of the cloud, it gives you so many more things that you could see on screen. So it's stuff like that. It's stuff like the Sega deal that they signed, where everyone was like, oh, they signed Sega. It was like, no, they're just going to help in the development of cloud tech. And I think this is what Kim is going to be a part of. And I think that it's very forward thinking, and it's going to be good if this stuff gets implemented in our games. Because it's gonna offer a lot more things that you could do.
I think it is. I think it really is forward thinking, man. I think it's basically going to be what Crackdown should have been. How that tech was supposed to set off a new revolution for cloud computing. I think they're going back now, and they're just going to implement it properly. And just imagine a game where they have all the AI in the cloud. It'll free up a lot of resources for other stuff, or where they do all the calculations for like the water or the sandbox or whatever. It'll free up a lot of resources. And I think we're at the age now where people are okay with a game always being online. Also, I think the fact that she came from Stadia, I think that's actually a good thing. I don't think Stadia, the tech was bad. The tech was actually top of the line. It's better than everybody else's tech. The problem was their pricing structure, and just their whole system was just garbage the way they did business. But their tech is good. So the lessons and the things that she learned over there, I think it's going to be welcomed at Xbox, and I think it'll help in the future of cloud computing or whatever they're going to do forward. So I look forward to this. I think it's really interesting, actually.
We have pretty breaking stuff. $50 super chat for Dark CMF. It says, breaking news. Following the success of the Series S giveaway back in December, the game is being taken to a whole new level in June here at RDX. Open to US only due to shipping costs, and Xbox Series X will be given away. Details coming later.
That will be in June, late June, or maybe even July. We'll push it. It's supposed to be for the 5-year thing.
Ooh wee.
So if you've been alive longer than 5 years and you're watching, you might have seen 5 episodes of this. We've been doing this shit for 5 years. So, yeah, I don't know what episode. I don't keep track of that stuff. But I think it's awesome that we've done that and that you guys have watched the show, right? We started, I think, with 500 people live because, obviously I took the time to build the channel up a little before I started a podcast. Makes sense, right? And then from there, we just kept kind of having a lot of good shows and a lot of cool people coming through. And, yeah, thanks to everyone who ever supported us and, liked what we did. We got bad days, we got good days, we got bad weeks, good weeks, but ultimately it all comes back around to what I think to be just a silly, stupid, just friendly take on gaming news for an entire week. Maybe, when the show ends,
and I'm announcing my podcast, actually.
And he's going to have a podcast about
Tuesdays, 5 o'clock with me, D-Batch, Fonz, and Tim. Every Tuesday, 5 o'clock.
We'll
see you guys there.
Tim will be there at 7.
Tim will be there at 7.
And he'll leave at 7:30.
He'll leave at 7:30. But yeah, shout out to Dark for dropping that. He's going to be giving away an Xbox Series X and in June, maybe July. So he'll be giving away that console to somebody here in the States. Be sure and follow him on Twitter, and we'll definitely shout him out some more before then to get more people over there following. But again, guys, that's our last topic. I want to jump out here. I want to say again, thanks for supporting us and everything that we do. I'll have some videos up, hopefully, in the next week, I'm finally kind of getting ready to do that stuff again and support everyone here. Hit the like button. We had almost 1,500 people today. Tell a buddy or two about the show. Maybe a lot of people don't know about it. Tell them that we don't take ourselves too seriously and we don't pretend like we don't talk about how silly some of these narratives are. We just do it publicly. A lot of these guys that are too good for that shit, they do it privately, right? We're just trying to be 100% up front and just talk about shit we find interesting. But again, Fonz, tell people what you've been playing and where can people find you.
Well, first of all, I just want to tell people to smack that like button like they can't take a joke. And also, you can find me at Fonzarelli Gaming. And so check me out there.
Don't follow him there. Hey, D-Batch, brother, what you been playing and where can people find you?
Oh man, I've been heavy into WWE 2K22. Freaking loving that game, man. Meet me online and get that ass whooped.
I can't even get you the ball. Damn. Like, well, I'm gonna try to play anything with you anymore. D-Batch stood me up.
Oh, I know. Okay, we're gonna do it.
Lies.
I'll get a WWE.
Follow D-Batch at D-Batch.
Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter at D_Scatch. There we go. D_Batch. And of course on YouTube at D-Batch. It was a great show, great topics. See you guys next week.
D_Scatch Batch. Hey, Tim Dog, brother, what have you been playing? Where people find you?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter, xCloud Tim Dog. I've been playing like D. I've been playing some wrestling, some Madden franchise. Overall, life has been pretty hectic. Shout out to our friend Cal L. He passed. He was a good person in the Xbox community. I just wanted to say that. I didn't talk about it, I think, the other time because I had COVID. But he was a good person, original of the Tick podcast. He actually ran it. But Linwood was great person.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I didn't know him. I saw that, but condolences, man.
Yep.
I was gonna bring it up, but that was the week when I called you, dealer, at like 7:50. I'm like, I can't work. I can't. I wanted to say something, but that's why I took the chance now to say it.
No, it's cool.
Just because he was a great person and he was a fan of RDX himself. He was just great people.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of people, in this community. Pat, hell, we almost lost fucking Spooky Sprocket not long ago. There's been a lot of people in this community come and go, and again, that's why it's always awesome to see familiar faces and some people don't come back, man. And just remember that when you're looking at somebody you might appreciate a little bit. But again, guys, for me, follow me here on YouTube. Obviously, I'll be putting out more videos. And at dealer_gaming on Twitter, II space dealer space II on Xbox Live. And starting to play a little bit more 2K, the my player mode. And if anyone wants to play some team up, let me know. Follow me at Xbox. Send me a message. We'll play some team up and getting a party together. And I've been playing some Tiny Tina's Wonderland. It's pretty good. If you're thinking about getting it, just get it. Like Will Arnett's in it. You know, BoJack Horseman's in it, and he does a great job. All these guys do, except for Wanda Sykes. I'm not a big fan of her, just because I don't think she's funny or great at voice acting. But everyone else seems pretty awesome in the game. So if you haven't checked it out, check it out, guys. Let us know your thoughts. Shout out to all our patrons, and of course, subscribe. We're out.
Hey, you bitch! You forgot my outro.
Yep. Hey, you said you're starting another podcast. Fuck no, go ahead. Zalker, go.
No. Zocker87 Twitter, Zocker7 YouTube, Elden Ring, 150 hours. Fuck me.
All right, we're out.
It's a wrap.
Yeah, it's a wrap, bruh.